How's it going, guys? This is Legendary Nats, also known as Stan, and we're going to continue on with our playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. In the last episode, we actually went and fought against the boss of this area, which was Quelaag. And along with that, we opened up a door near the undead church, and we've rang all 2 bells. So both bells have been rung, and now we can continue on going our merry way. Now I'm going to go this way, and there is a reason why. I didn't want to actually do this yet, but I think it's very reasonable to go ahead and do it now. And there's a good chance I could die too, also, so there is also that. So we're going to go ahead and rest here at the bonfire, so that this is the bonfire that I pop up at. And as you actually make it down this place, you see how crazy this place is. I mean, there's lava everywhere. Everything looks extremely deformed, and you have all these guys that have these big old egg sacs on their back. And if you go down a little bit further, I think it's this one. Nope, not that one. These ones down here past that one, I think are the ones. Yeah, they'll start actually moving towards you, and they'll actually start attacking you. And if you get hit by their attack, oh, they have these little leeches that will actually come out of nowhere, and they obviously will mess you up if you're not careful. And every one of their attacks has the potential chance of putting eggs on you. And if you end up getting these eggs on you, it could be really, well, it's not really bad. It's actually just a part of the aspect of getting, you know, your own egg sac, essentially. And then when you get your own egg sac, you'll start seeing your head is going to start itching, and you're going to start scratching your head. And then out of the blue, this egg will pop up on your head, and it will cover your entire head. It's a pretty cool little thing, I think, at least. And it will replace your kick animation with an attack from that head, or from that egg. So it's a pretty cool little thing that they added in. But we're gonna head. Try not to fall, because I don't want to really take unnecessary damage. But real quick, why don't we kind of look out here and see what all we have. We have lava. We see treasures out there. But if you look really closely, straight ahead, you'll see some kind of bodies that are actually staying in the lava. That, my friends, are torch demons. There are a bunch of torch demons in this area. And not only that, but if you see right there, that's a capra demon. And there are more capra demons in this particular area because we are in the demon ruins. And you also see something over there, on the other side of that rock, something just kind of waving its arms up in the air. And that's where we're going to go. Now, I'm just going to... Oh, and also, if you see right there, on the right, you see that? That's clinged up against the wall? That is a demon as well. That is called the Centipede Demon. That is a boss for a later time. I don't believe that we have the ability to go in there just yet. But, what I'm going to tell you is this. We're about to go up against another boss in this area. And I'm going to show you the easiest way to take care of this boss. Just outright, I'm going to show you the easiest way, because this boss actually is not an aggressive boss. At least until you do something. And I'm going to show you what you have to do to actually make him aggressive. Now, you can actually attack him, and it will end up pissing him off. But let's go look at this thing. And you're going to see just how crazy looking he is. He's a very depressing boss. But this is right here, also a part of the Witches of Chaos, or the Witches of Izalith. He is named Ceaseless Discharge, and I know that's a ridiculous name. It's a very gross sounding name, and it makes you wonder what FromSoft was actually thinking when they came up with that name. But Ceaseless Discharge actually was deformed along with the rest of when the Chaos Flame ignited, when they tried to make their own kiln to be able to harness the Chaos Flame. You'll actually see, and you'll see it a bit later on, especially once we make it to the main boss of the Demon Ruins, that... Sorry, my ear was itching. I had to move my mic. But he ended up getting really, really disfigured. Big time. And that lava that's actually down here is coming from him. That's why he's called Ceaseless Discharge. It's never, it's always oozing off of him, and he's causing all of this lava to continue to spread out, making it heat up in this place. And he's in extreme agony and pain. Not just physically, but emotionally as well. He is actually staring right on over here, this corpse that has an item on it. Now, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my mic, but now if you grab this item right now, he will start attacking you. That's how you actually make him angry, and he'll start attacking you. So, but he is just in agony, and what it is, he's standing in that lava, and what they've actually done is that one of the sisters created a ring for him to be able to stand in lava and kind of ease some of his pain. But it continues, it doesn't help out as much as they thought, and he just is just in outright agony the entire time. So to be a good steward, we're going to go ahead and end him of his life. So now he's all pissed off, and be careful. That will stun you if it hits you. But we're going to run. And you can actually fight him outright. When he slams his fist on the ground like that, that's the time that you want to attack him. And you can bait him by using this little area to bait that. But he does a big fire Kamehameha attack. But as you can see, he is just following us, and we're just trying to run away from him. And you're about to see the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing here in a second. I'm running for a reason, because this is the easiest way to kill him. See, he just did his big old blast attack. So let's see if he'll continue to come right towards us. And so he's gonna come to the edge right over here, and then he's gonna jump down. We're gonna go attack him. And he's dead. Took 6 swings of my sword. No, what actually happened, he fell, and it killed him. And now that Ceaseless is dead, all of this lava has disappeared, which shows that he was the one who was causing all of this lava. So, let's look at that armor set that we just got, which is the Gold Hem Black Hood, or Black Armor Set, worn by the witch Quelaag of Izalith, mother of pyromancy and daughter of chaos. She wore this gold hem black hood before the age of fire, and it offers strong resistance versus fire, poison, and other perils. Which shows that if you actually look at each of the different pyromancy sets, so like this one, and then the regular pyromancy set, which is the tattered cloth hood, their armor helps fight against poison, fire, and other forces of nature, or other perils. And it's because they kind of exist in that. They're the reason why fire, poison are so prominent within pyromancy. That's why there is the poison cloud, there's toxic cloud, and all those different kinds of things. That's why there is a bog in Blighttown that is poison filled because of Ingi. So we have learned that. Now this says worn by the witch of the witch Quelaag of Izalith, mother of pyromancy and daughter of chaos. Now, what that is telling us, and I think if we look at another part of the set, I think it may be this one right here. No, not that one. I'm pretty certain one of these actually have a little bit more to it. I guess not. I could be wrong. I thought they had one that had a little bit more information on it. No. But it's saying that was Quelaag. Now, we've met Quelaag. So what does that mean? Well, Quelaag faked her death. And I think it's because of just everything that happened with her family when they tried to create that flame. And they ended up making the Chaos Flame, and it ended up just really making things so hard for them to actually be able to survive, because they all ended up changing into demons besides her, because she abandoned them. And she actually faked her own death and put her guards over there, and that's why Ceaseless Discharge was actually sitting there watching it, because he was in mourning of his sister, even though she was just never dead to begin with. But he never knew about that. And I think a lot of it is because she may have felt a lot of guilt, and she will actually tell you that she feels a lot of guilt for the things that have happened with her family in general. She will actually say that she feels a lot of guilt. And I believe she tried to create the ring that helped ease some of his pain, but, and this is the part that I left out, was that he dropped the ring. And when he dropped the ring, it created another demon, which is, in fact, the centipede demon, the one that I had mentioned before. So, before we continue on any further inside the demon ruins, we're going to actually come back to this another time. We're not going to go too much further into the demon ruins right now. In fact, we're going to just continue going forward into other areas. One of the areas that I'm planning on doing here, either this episode or next episode, will be us going into the catacombs. But before the hand, we're going to actually go talk to Quelaag again and see what information we can get from her after we've come across her sisters and her brother. See if she kind of gives us any new information so that we can kind of see, hey, what's going on? Why is your sister a spider lady? You know, that kind of thing. Why does your brother have a very disgusting name? So we're going to go ask her those types of questions. And you just see all the spider webs. Now, the textures look a little bit better, but in the original game, the textures look pretty bad. But, you know, that game came out in 2012, you know, on a system earlier than this one. So, it's just kind of like one of those things. I'm going to try and make sure I don't get these guys to come at me. We're also going to head back up top so that we can, you know, do our thing. Take some blue and purple, or just purple moss clumps. Yeah, you walk away from me and Quelaag here.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you. Let us begin. image of Isolith. Please, do not speak of her. I abandoned my mother and sisters and fled to this land. Now I roam these parts, feigning ablution and pretending to seek answers. Pyromancy is the art of invoking and manipulating. But
Okay,
remember
so she
one
doesn't
thing,
really have too much
always
more
fear.
to say.
I would hate to see. Pyromancy.
Yeah.
Always
So,
fear. I would hate.
She doesn't really have too much more to say, but she does talk about regretting having to run away. She fled from that land, fled from her sisters, her mother, to come to this land, mainly because she was afraid of what could happen with the flame. She knew the risks that were
No
involved.
luck. But do not keep me.
So we know what's going along, or going on along those lines at least. That she fled because she was afraid of the power that comes from the flames. And she came to this land, and I think, oh look, my old souls from when I died. Ha! That was stupid. I hate this elevator. I died off this elevator about 3 times because I get caught. See? Just like that. Just like that. So, there's that. And it killed me again. This stupid, I really hate this elevator. It really is just a crappy, in my opinion, probably one of the worst aspects of FromSoftware's design with that elevator. That is just a really bad elevator. But, anyways, besides me just dying by random. Nope, wrong one. We see that she ran away because she was afraid of what happened, and you can tell by her voice that she regrets running away. Because she abandoned her family, so she absolutely regrets what happened. So, there is that about her, and that's one of the reasons why I really like Quelaag. Quelaag is just a really good NPC in my opinion. That's the reason why a lot of people love this particular Dark Souls compared to the other Dark Souls. Now, the other games have really good NPCs as well. In Dark Souls 2, you have Lucatil, which is one of my favorite NPCs, and then in Dark Souls 3, you have Sigmire of Katarina in there as well, and you also have a couple other characters that kind of pop up from time to time, but they're just not as memorable as the ones from this particular game. A lot of people really like that, and Quelaag is just another example of a really good NPC. Oh gosh, yep, I ended up getting too close. Oh gosh, that scared the crap out of me. He was a lot closer than expected. So let's try to make sure that I don't get slammed by a big giant boulder. And also make sure I get my humanity back. And also make sure I don't die. That would be good. That'd be fantastic. But that's a lot of reasons why everyone likes this particular game, because the connectivity is just so well crafted. This game is very well designed, even though I just said something against the stupid ladder. I mean, not ladder, but the elevator. But this game, all in all, just has a lot of great things going for it. So that's why a lot of people tend to be a little bit elite about this game. Like, if you don't like Dark Souls 1, then you don't like Souls at all, kind of thing. But each one of them have their own little bit of flair. That there's things about Dark Souls 2 that I like that does better than what Dark Souls 1 does. And I know some people are just like completely probably going to disagree with me on that, but I mean, it's just the honest truth. There are some things that Dark Souls 2 does do better than Dark Souls 1. Probably not anymore, because now the matchmaking is so much better compared to what it used to be. Because matchmaking back in Dark Souls 1 was just god awful. You had to pray that you could end up actually getting in a world with someone else that you knew. For the most part, you would end up coming across mostly randoms. Okay. But that is just one of the big things about this game that they've just really done well. And then, of course, Dark Souls 2 has its own thing, and then Dark Souls 3, I think it's a very good middle ground between all of the games, because out of all the Souls games, I'll go ahead and kind of rank them to y'all on which ones are my favorite. Dark Souls 1 is always going to be my favorite Souls game, mainly because I do actually like the story a bit more, because I think it's a lot more well crafted in this game compared to Dark Souls 2 and 3. The next game, my second favorite game, would be Bloodborne. Third favorite game would probably be Dark Souls 3, and then Dark Souls 2 at the very end. I've never beaten Demon Souls, so I can't rank Demon Souls. I've only been able to complete the first world in Demon Souls, which I know is pretty noobish. I know a lot of people love Demon Souls. It is the beginning of the Souls-like games and all that kind of stuff, but that's just, honestly, unfortunately, I just never got the chance to go through it. And I've just been doing other things with Souls games. I've been playing a lot more Bloodborne and other Dark Souls games than being able to really do that much with that. So, please don't kill me. Oh, there is a new thing here. Hello. You are very ugly. Got some big old teeth. Why don't we talk to him?
Ah, hello. Was it you who rang the Bell of Awakening? I am the primordial serpent, King Seeker Fraft, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the Bell of Awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment? Very well. Then I am pleased to share. Chosen undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, so that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. To this end, you must visit Anor Londo and acquire the Lord Vessel.
Now, I don't know about you guys, and he is a primordial serpent, so he has been here for a very long time. Now, let me ask you, looking at him, does he seem like someone that is trustworthy? I mean, he's got some ugly teeth, some weird-looking mustache tentacle things coming off of his face and his eyes. He is saying some things to you, saying that you are now the chosen undead. He is choosing his words specifically, perfectly, to try and get us to believe that we are this chosen undead. So let's continue to talk to him.
I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
Now, here's the cool thing. You can actually feed him different different Titanite shards, and if you feed it to him, he will break it down. So if I was to give him this chunk, which I'm not, but if I was to give him this chunk, he would actually break it down into large Titanite shards. And then if I was to give him large Titanite shards, he would turn those into regular shards. Green Titanite shards, if I give him a Titanite shard, it'll shatter and become Titanite shards. So that is the cool thing about Framped, I'll give him that. And then you can also feed him items. So if I feed him dung pie, he'll give me souls. And you'll actually see some things actually cost more in souls. So if I give him this rubbish, he goes kind of thing, and he gets all crazy mad at me. Some things you cannot feed him, just outright. You just can't feed him. But like I can feed him this, I can feed him the Drake sword and get 5,000 free souls, like which I will feed him. Broken sword, sword hilt. I mean, I'm not making anything off of him, but I can feed him these things, and I can also feed him my extra, like my extra talisman, and I can feed him my extra spider shield, and just go from there. Feed him arrows. I can feed him armor sets since I have 2 of this armor set. I can get some souls from it. And it's actually not that bad of a thing to do because you can actually kind of take care of some of your inventory whenever you have so much of one thing. It does help out being able to do that. Like I have extras of that, of the Balder helms. And there's really no point for me to have those extra Balder helms at all. Same thing with the Balder leggings. So he's just giving me free souls, and then I could feed him this, but I'm not going to feed him that, any of these rings, because I want to keep those. And then you can actually feed him soul items, but I don't really see needing that because you get more souls by just popping them rather than what he can actually give you.
Farewell, chosen undead. I remain here and await thee.
And await thee. So that is the cool thing about Framped. That's about as much as I can say is the cool thing about him. I think he's very deceptive though, and that I should not trust him because of him being who he is. Now we had gotten the Chaos Fireball, and I think he, if we talk to our pyromancy bro here.
Oh, hello there. You've been a stranger these days. Why? What spectacular pyromancy? Tell me about it. I have never seen anything like it.
I'm not going to tell him, because if I tell him, he's actually going to go down into Blighttown, and then he will actually hollow, and then we can't buy the rest of his pyromancy, so I'm not going to tell him.
I see. I suppose I was mistaken. In any case, I definitely trust you. Apologies, my friend. Forget that I said anything.
Not that I don't like him, but I just don't want him to die because I still want to buy pyromancies off of him. And I would hate for him to die in such a...
Goodbye then. Be safe. Don't you dare go hollow.
I would hate for him to die so soon into the game. But you can send him there and he will go. So let's talk to Crestfallen real quick.
Did you ring the second bell? That is incredible, I must say. But now we have a new problem. It's noisy, it snores, and its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you. Damn, that stench. And I was really beginning to like it here. Maybe it's time I do something about it. Maybe.
So, what he's saying right here is mainly because of our boy Frank up here. His breath smells terrible. He's just pissing him off, and he just really, he's just really not enjoying himself anymore. He was a crestfallen warrior, so his thing was that he wanted to continue being crestfallen, being safe, not going hollow, just kind of wasting his time because he had given up. But now that we have someone like Framped who has opened up this door where he was coming from, and his breath smells terrible, and so on, it's basically kind of driving him mad. And he's getting very upset about it. So we noticed that that's just something that he is just really pissed off about, and he's going to try and do something about it. And we wonder what he's actually going to try and do. So, but anyways, guys, that's going to go ahead and end this episode. We were able to do a lot of things. We actually kind of went a little bit inside Demon Ruins. I died once trying to leave out of Blighttown. We got some lore, and we got to find out that we are the Chosen of the Dead, wink wink. And we can go ahead and just say that right now we are in the middle of the game for the most part, and there's a lot of things that we're going to still have to do. But until then, I will see you guys